Okay, so we're back and we're talking about the atom again. Up to this point, we know that protons are positive and electrons are negative, and the number of positives and the negatives have been the same, and so an atom had no charge. But now we're looking at when an atom does have a charge. Now remember, the electrons are on the outside and the nucleus is buried in the center of the atom. It's teeny tiny. The electrons are available to be taken away, or you can shove another one in. Electrons are either gained or lost in an atom. The protons are not gained and lost in the atom, it's the electrons. And then, when your electrons and your protons aren't equal to one another, you wind up with an ion. That is a charged atom. And the way that it got a charge is because it changed the number of electrons. Well, the first kind of ion is called a cation. That has a positive charge. Notice the T looks like a plus sign. Cations have a positive charge. Well, how did that happen? It can't gain or lose protons, or the whole element would be a different element. It must have changed electron numbers. Well, if it has a positive charge, it means there's more protons than electrons. So it must have lost electrons. Cations are formed when you have lost electrons from an atom. Let's have a look. Here's magnesium with a positive 2 charge. Before, there was nothing there, so it was just a magnesium atom. But now it has a positive 2 charge. It's a superscript after the symbol. 2 positive, or you could have wrote positive 2. It doesn't matter the order. Well, let's go to the periodic table. Magnesium has an atomic number of 12. Therefore, 12 protons. Doesn't have 12 electrons, though, because it has a charge. It has a positive 2 charge, which means that it has lost 2 electrons. And so instead of having 12 electrons, the same number as we have protons, instead of having 12, we've lost 2, and now we have 10. So magnesium with a positive 2 charge means that it has 12 protons, doesn't have 12 electrons because it's lost 2, it has 10. All right, let's move on to iron with a positive 3 charge. This is called iron 3. Well, if we go to the periodic table, iron has an atomic number of 26, therefore 26 protons. We have a charge here, so see our charge? So, therefore, we don't have the same number of electrons as we have protons. We've actually lost 3 electrons. So we don't have 26 electrons, we have 23 electrons, positive 3. Notice we have 3 more protons than we have electrons. That's why it has a positive 3 charge. Now, atoms can also gain electrons, and when an atom gains an electron, it's called an anion. An anion is an ion that has a negative charge. It got that negative charge by gaining negative electrons. Here we have sulfur with a negative 2 charge. Well, we call this sulfide. We'll learn that when we're naming. That anions tend to have the "ide" ending. If we go to our periodic table, we see that sulfur has an atomic number of 16. Therefore, it has 16 protons. With that negative 2 charge, it means it gained 2 electrons. There are 2 more electrons than protons, so we have 18 electrons. Let's try one more. Here's bromine with a negative 1 charge. We call it bromide. Go to the periodic table, we have atomic number 35. Therefore, we have 35 protons. Because of that negative 1 charge, it means that our protons and electrons are not the same. Negative means we have more electrons than we have protons. Electrons are what are negative. And we have 1 more electron than proton. So therefore, bromide has 36 electrons. So there we have it, ions. They are formed by gaining or losing electrons. So the number of electrons, it's no longer equal to the number of protons. Stay tuned to the next video, which is about isotopes.